The story and legacy of Charles Daddy Grace to Black DC is a complicated one. Depending on whose perspective, you may get a story of a hero, or you may get a picture of a villain. But nonetheless, his story is a notable tale in the fabric of Washington, D.C. Grace was born as Marcelino Manuel de Graca on January 25, 1881 in Cape Verde. He immigrated to the U.S. in the early 1900s, settling in New Bedford, Massachusetts, working various jobs before starting his own ministry. He founded the United House of Prayer for All People in 1919 in West Wareham, Massachusetts, where he built the very first house of prayer. Through the 1920s and 1930s, he traveled up and down the East Coast preaching and founding more houses of prayer. He eventually settled in D.C. in 1927. The United House of Prayer was incorporated with national headquarters at 1117 7th Street Northwest. Once he was established here, D.C. basically became the nerve center of his movement. Over time, the church's national headquarters settled at 601 M Street Northwest, the large domed building you still see today. With multiple houses of prayer across the city, Daddy Grace became famous for his flamboyant Pentecostal style of evangelism. His colorful suits, flashy jewelry, and very long fingernails were part of his signature look. Daddy Grace offered Black Washingtonians an alternative to mainline church, a holiness worship style with shouting music, and very public healing and baptism rituals. His organization didn't just hoop and holler though. It invested heavily in daycare centers, food programs, senior centers, and low-cost, well-maintained housing for poor and working-class members in D.C. Because the House of Prayer had a large, disciplined membership base, Daddy Grace became a serious power player in local D.C. politics. This made him a central figure in Black civic life, with influence that rivaled long-established churches. Politicians paid attention because Daddy Grace could mobilize thousands of Black working-class residents, something no politician could ignore. Prominent Black professionals, especially doctors, lawyers, and educators, often viewed Grace as too flamboyant, too independent, and too unpredictable politically. These tensions mirrored class divides in Black Washington at the time. The Black church establishment had major issues with Grace. His flair for flamboyance wasn't received well. Clergy said his flashy hats, jewels, long painted nails, and parades made religion look like spectacle or entertainment rather than worship. Other detractors criticized the fact that he owned a mansion at 11 Logan Circle Northwest, decorated in his flamboyant style. Top of the line, inside and out, this home became a symbol of his wealth and his presence in the city. DC's Black newspapers were fascinated by him but often unimpressed. Editorials suggested he used emotionalism to control vulnerable followers such as the poor and elderly. Reporters often questioned where all the money went. They claimed he centralized financial control and churches turned funds directly over to him. One thing that's unquestionable is the amount of wealth and property that Grace amassed. It was reported that he owned an 85-room mansion in Los Angeles. He also owned the tallest apartment building in New York City named the El Dorado. Another source of criticism was Grace's claims of supernatural authority. It is said that Grace often implied that healing required touching his garments or hands, similar to later televangelists Daddy Grace sold holy water, blessed handkerchiefs, healing cloths, and bottles of blessed oil. He also did demonstrations where he seemed to cure people of critical ailments. There is claims that he paid actors to fake being healed in these demonstrations. Whatever you believe, Daddy Grace's footprint still remains today. His churches are still thriving. There is several generations of Washingtonians who have only heard his name but grew up eating dinners from Saint's Paradise, his soul food cafeteria in the basement United House of Prayer flagship church. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. In other words, I will let you be the judge. Daddy Grace lived in the space between devotion and suspicion. Hailed by some as a liberator who fed, housed, and uplifted the poor, and condemned by others as a manipulator who blurred the line between faith and power. His story is a reminder that in every substantial movement, The same light that inspires hope in one heart can cast a shadow of doubt in another.